Welcome back, grade 8s. We are busy with question 1.2 and we have now moved on to 1.2.3. Now, if you look at 1.2.2 and 1.2.3, you might say that this is exactly the same. However, there are some differences. If you look at 1.2.2 and you compare it to 1.2.3, you'll notice, of course, that x in this case, in this particular question, is in the same place. In other words, angle C, hoek C is gelyk aan x in beide van hierdie vrae, 1.2.2 en 1.2.3, maar die 36 grade is in verskillende plekke nou. So in 1.2.3 is jou 36 grade geskuif na hoek A toe. Now the common mistake that's made is we just put it equal to 36 again, because you've done it in the previous one. But of course, a triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle in both of these questions, but it is very important to note which angles are equal. So it's the base angles that are equal. So triangle ABC in 1.2.2 and triangle ABC in 1.2.3 is in exactly the same position in terms of where its vertices are and its sides. So side AB in 1.2.2 and side AB in 1.2.3 are in the same place essentially, and then in 1.2.2 side AC, of course, is also in the same place as in 1.2.3. Okay, so it's the same triangle basically, but we've moved the value of the other angle. So in 1.2.2, the base angles were B and C. In 1.2.3, the base angles are also B and C, but of course, that means that in 1.2.3, angle B will still be equal to angle C because they are the base angles. So angle C cannot be equal to angle A also, because that would make it an equilateral triangle, which it is not. It has not been proven to be that, so it cannot be that. It cannot be equal to angle A. So angle C is not equal to angle A, and I'm just placing emphasis on this point because this is where the mistake is usually made. So we cannot use the same approach that we've taken in 1.2.2. We need to approach this slightly differently. So we can start off by saying that in triangle ABC, angle B is equal to angle C. We can start off by saying that, by making that statement. Ons kan sê hoek B is like aan hoek C, en ons het 'n bewering of 'n stelling gemaak, so ons moet 'n rede gee. We need to give a reason, and that reason, of course, is angles opposite equal sides. So we're just making some statements here. Dit is hoeke teenoor gelyke sye. Okay, of course we haven't solved anything yet, because placing angle B equal to angle C does not solve for angle C, which is x. So we are just making the statement because we might use it later on in the problem. So basically, if we can subtract 36 from 180 degrees, the answer can be split into two, and that will then be the value of angle B and angle C. So in terms of the structure of the answer, and this is where learners struggle, is you know what to do. You know how to arrive at the answer sort of in your head, but you're not always sure how to write out the answer. And sometimes you end up writing a bunch of gibberish, and it might lead you to lose some marks. So this is one way of doing it. There may be a few other ways, but I'm going to just focus on, a way I think that everyone can make use of. So we have started off by stating that angle B is equal to angle C. So hoek B is like aan hoek C, en ons het gesê hoekom. Then I can say, well, I'm going to use the property of triangles, which says that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. I know this because the interior angles of a triangle must add up to 180. So the reason for that is angles of triangle. Hoeke van driehoek. Now I can use substitution to continue to solve for the answer. So angle A, of course, is 36 degrees. And I don't know what is angle B. and I know that angle C is x, and that is all equal to 180 degrees. But because we stated here that angle B is equal to angle C, it means that angle B must also be x. So that means if I can just continue and rewrite this, 36 degrees then plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So now our equation is starting to take shape, and it is going to lead us to find the value of x. So I have then 36 degrees plus 2x equals 180 degrees. And then it looks a lot similar to our previous problem, so we can subtract 36 from both sides. So ons kry 180 grade minus die 36 grade. En dit is natuurlijk 144 grade. En dan deel ons beide kante met 2. En ons kry dat x is gelijk aan 72 grade. X is equal to 72 degrees. So that is one way of approaching this problem. As you can see, you need to structure it a certain way so that it makes logical sense, it flows logically, and you are simply using the properties of triangles. So we started off by using the property of isosceles triangles where the base angles are the same or equal. So we made that statement over here, and we gave, of course, our reason. And then after that, we used the property of interior angles of a triangle. So we made that statement over there, and we gave our reason. And from there, we then substituted. So we substituted for angle A. We did not have anything for angle B. And of course, angle C was labeled as X. But because we made this statement over here, we could then replace angle B with X as well, because it is equal to angle C. And from here onwards, we could then solve the equation like any other. And this just requires a bit of structured thinking. Like I said, there are other ways to solve this. Daar is ander maniere om dit op te los. En as dit okay is met jou, dan gebruik jy dan jou metode. But this is just one way of solving for a problem like this. And this is specifically now for isosceles triangles, and especially in types like this where you have 1.2.2, which looks similar to 1.2.3, but they are actually not.